Sorry, you're live, Lauren.
Okay, thanks. I'm going to call to order tonight's meeting of the Finance Committee. It's Monday, March 1st, 2021. Time is 4:30. I'm Lauren McNally, Fifth Ward City Council person and chairwoman. I'm going to take tonight's roll call. We have Jennifer Ozinger, Rick Deek, Basha Adamzak, Beverly Hosey, Chuck Shasho, Chief Davis, David Magura, Dawn Turnage, Aaron Bishop, Harry Johnson, Jeff Limbian, Julius Oliver, Kevin Flynn, Kyle Mizak, Mike Durkin, Nikki Posterly, Samantha Turner, Tito Brown, Valencia Morrow, Chief Finley, Jean Leeson. And I think that's it. Anyone I missed?
Jimmy Hughes.
Okay, Jimmy Hughes. Anyone else I missed? Okay. We will get started here. Under pending legislation, then we have item number 1 is a resolution. Are there questions from anyone on this resolution? Okay. We'll move down to item number 3 under ordinances. Questions on item 3? Item number 4. Questions here? Okay. Item number 5. Questions on this contract? For the record, Mike Ray has joined. Samantha.
Got it. Okay. Thank you through the chair. So my question is for, is Nikki Posterly here with us?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. I just wanted to know if you could tell us how 2020 went with Hunter as our planning contractor, and if you could give us 5 goals for the first half of the year.
Through the chair, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Our planning contract with Hunter was very effective. Some of the things that we highlighted back in our CPEC committee meeting when I presented the annual report early part of February, some of the highlights from the planning consultant was to help us streamline and restructure our DRC and BZA processes, some corridor analysis that were initiated with Mr. Hunter Morrison. He also was very instrumental in our housing strategy that was presented in CPET as well. Working with WRTA on some transit study, which is a continuation of some initiatives from last year. They have a Market Street corridor study that they're going to be starting very soon, but making sure that we're connecting people to jobs and as well as throughout the neighborhoods. 20 Federal Place, repurposing, Parks Plan, McKelvey Lake, among some other administrative and internal functions, helping with updating some job descriptions, assisting me in looking at our organizational chart to right size our staff for the skill that we're going to need moving forward into 2021. Some of the initiatives that we want and goals for 2021 is creating a designated outdoor refreshment area, working with Cityscape on a SID. We are working alongside with Eastgate on their parking study, as well as some broadband. And right now with the vacancy that I recently have for land bank, we're looking at a restructure of our land bank and audit of that process. So anytime a position goes vacant in my department, we're going to audit that position to make sure that we have the right processes in place, as well as job descriptions for the skill set. We're looking at the Phelps Street Mall, and we're going to create a standard for redevelopment and include that in a design review standard. We're also looking at some neighborhood total improvement areas. I can probably go on and on. I think that's more than 5, but a master calendar for redevelopment. We've aligned ourselves with YSU. We reached out to Mercy Health. We reached out to Mill Creek Metro Parks to see how we can start developing together at the same time. And also we're looking at some land assembly, commercial land assembly that we're rezoning, as well as a motor-owned program.
Direct follow-up.
Samantha?
Thank you. So you gave us 8 items. Can you just tell me in June at the CPET meeting, of those 8, what will he be able to report on as close to complete or complete? Like, I'm just wondering, what can we expect from this year, like to be done?
We're looking at having our designated outdoor refreshment area complete, our land bank process, our Phelps Street standard for redevelopment, our master calendar, and our land assembly.
Thank you so much. Look forward to it.
Nikki, is this a lump sum we're paying him, or is he pooling down based on hours worked?
We get a monthly report. It goes to our CPED department with his, because of course, since this is our CDBG, it's being paid out of CDBG, he has to report what he's done. So he's getting reimbursed on that. So we do get a monthly report of what's done. So he doesn't get a lump all at one time.
Are there any other questions? Anita?
To the chair. And Nikki, this averages out to about 20 hours a week.
Through the chair, it's 75,000 for the year. So he would be, he works full time just like any other employee in my department.
Wow. We're getting a good deal.
Julius?
Thank you. Through the chair. Nikki, any tangible items that have already been put in place?
Through the chair. Again, we've updated and improved and streamlined our design review committee and our BZA committee meetings and how those are being structured. We've also completed our housing strategy. We've also completed and presented to each of you our 20 Federal Place repurposing, which was a huge undertaking, a huge task. And we've also updated, along with Dawn Turnage, the parks plan, and we've secured McKelvey Lake.
Follow up.
Julius?
Thank you. Nikki, so as far as Phelps Street goes, is what Hunter's planning, is that on top of the already plans we already have for Phelps Street, or is it something in addition?
Through the chair, this is additional because these are some things that we realized were not in the construction plan or whatever the plan was before, and it was not included in the design review standards.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Nikki? Okay. I'm gonna move on. Number 6. Questions here? Okay, number 7. I didn't get an attachment with this one.
I have a question.
Can we be provided the attachment? Or was I the only one who didn't get it?
Through the chair, this is Valencia. It was sent, a 1-page exhibit A.
I definitely didn't see it, and I checked multiple times. Okay. Can someone forward it to me then again? Thank you. Samantha?
Mike, I just have a question. So I see that these have been satisfied through collection, but I'm sorry, just my ignorance. What is the City of Youngstown Special Assessments Board, and who sits on that?
Through the chair, the Special Assessment Board is made up of the Finance Director, the Law Director, and the Public Works Director.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions here? Okay, number 8. Questions here? Is there a place where we have to make up the difference if we've allotted the money already, Nikki?
Through the chair, no. No, we just made the adjustments.
Number 9, questions on number 9. Okay. That's everything on tonight's agenda. Well, I guess anything
through the chair.
under, oh, Jimmy?
The one about the $20,000, I think it's 6. I was gonna let it go, but because I'm sure I missed an email explaining what the $20,000 was. Can someone tell me? For item number,
Sure, item number 6. Chief Davis, do you know what the,
Through the chair,
yes?
I believe that was one of the grants for fighting crime.
Okay,
it says uniforms through the chair.
yeah, can you be a little more specific? Anita, you have your hand up. Do you have an answer here?
Yes, through the chair. And that was an oversight on my part that I didn't pick this up because I had made a mental note to myself to ask that this be forwarded to the safety committee. This is for the purchase, towards the purchase of a vehicle. And my question, unless the chief can answer it right now, is this the cost of the full vehicle or will we have to be adding to that cost?
Through the chair, may I interject,
Kyle?
please?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. One, the GL on here is incorrectly referenced. It should read 2102.30_5205. This purchase is not out of the police fund. This purchase, Fund 2102, is the Drug Law Enforcement Fund. The city is being provided with funds for the purchase of a used vehicle.
Used, okay.
Yes, for a officer that works special details undercover. So it is something that is very discreet and we can't say much about it. So what's happening is these funds are being provided. This was done about 8 years ago, and the vehicle that's been used is run down and now needs to be, in essence, turned over to the junkyard. These funds have been made available so that this officer can continue to do this special task. And these monies were granted to the city by the by the chief, correct me if I'm wrong, is this by the state task force on drugs trafficking?
That is correct.
Yes.
And through the chair, follow up then?
Go ahead. Anita?
Yes, so Cal, we won't have to add any additional funds on the city's part, correct?
That
Just
is
want to be clear.
through the chair, no. And we're not even spending all of that funding. It's actually coming in less than that. And if you would like to talk to the chief off, not on camera, to find out how this is going to be used, I'm sure he'll be able to provide you with more details. But we need to ask you to appropriate the funds that are being awarded to the city so that we can go ahead and acquire this vehicle, this used vehicle.
Thank you, Cal.
You're welcome. But it needs to,
Samantha?
through the chair, it needs to be corrected though, like I said, the legislation.
That's-
Through the
Can-
chair, this is
Valencia.
Valencia. Thanks, Lauren. Kyle, the original request for legislation has an incorrect GL code. So that is why the legislative aide typed it as such, and it's signed off on, the parties that, so I will actually send the request for legislation to your department to change the physical number. And if you will initial it, then the law department can change the clerical error.
I will address that tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Okay, then the council can just vote on it. Thank you.
Samantha, did you still have a question?
No, I was just gonna ask Kyle, what was the change he mentioned in the beginning, but if they're gonna change it, so I'll wait to see it.
Any other questions on item 6?
To
Okay,
the chair,
Jimmy?
just want to say thank you.
Sure. Thanks for going back to it. All right, anything under miscellaneous tonight? Okay. I guess I'll take a motion then.
So
Basha, do you have my motion?
Yes, but just to clarify, so for number 6, does a motion need to be made for the amendment, or I can just forward as is and then the amendment will be done on Wednesday?
That's correct, just the latter. It's a clerical name of a funding code. That changed it from 12 to 30. So it'll be correct when it's in front of the council on Wednesday.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to forward resolution 1 and ordinances 3 through 9 to the council floor for consideration of passage.
Second.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn then.
Motion to
Motion.
adjourn.
Second.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We are adjourned at 4:50. Have a good night.